So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in this class we are going to discuss about the Sudan Civil War, and this has been requested by one of my students in the comment section, and generally listen to what you all request. So I have decided to schedule this class because Sudan Civil War has been in the news for the past almost 2-3 years. In fact, last year in October, November, it was very much in the news, especially we have seen genocide in that in a particular region in Sudan. So we'll be talking about this in detail. थोड़ा सा हम लोग इसको डिटेल में जानेंगे because we have seen news with regards to Sudan international level पर, or we have seen recently actually I'm sure you must be aware that is called as OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC से related there was a news where UAE came out of OPEC, है ना? We have discussed that, yes or no? So इसमें भी कुछ सूडान का रिलेशन था, as it was written by many foreign policy experts that there was some link with this also. So we'll be talking about that. So and I'm sure you must be aware that international relations में बहुत सारी चीजें connected होती है. A lot of things are interconnected in international relations. That also we are going to discuss in today's class. Yes. So let us begin. So is my voice clear? Is everything fine? Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. That also we are going to discuss. Shaurya Parth, Studio, CLAT aspirant. Is my voice clear? Is everything fine? The slide is visible. If yes, please write yes in the comments. अगर सब कुछ क्लियर है तो एक बार yes लिख देना. Okay. So आज क्या डिस्कस करेंगे? Today's discussion of the class, meaning of civil war. We'll be discussing कि civil war का मतलब क्या होता है. Next, about the news about the civil war incident, है ना? About the recent Sudan civil war. फिर इसका background थोड़ा सा जानेंगे, है ना? And then we will discuss about the two factions. Means which two factions are fighting the civil war. दोनों तरफ कौन कौन सी पार्टी है, dash versus dash. Okay. Then we'll be talking about global support in international players, international other countries which are supporting these two groups. So इसके बारे में भी हम लोग जानेंगे. Okay. So there are a lot of foreign policy experts who have written on this matter. So we'll be discussing about it. So we'll have Nordic countries. Yes, CLAT aspirant. So अच्छा वो आपने बता भी दिया. So I will note it down and we'll schedule a class accordingly, है ना? Sorry, yes, we'll be having class on that. ठीक है? Okay, let us begin. सबसे पहले हम लोग जानते हैं. Let us begin about what is a civil war. तो civil war क्या होता है इसके बारे में हम लोग जानते हैं. So basically, civil war is a violent, sustained, and organized armed conflict fought between opposing groups within boundaries of a single country. क्या मतलब हुआ? Civil war का मतलब होता है the country is not fighting a war with some other external group or some other external country, but within the country, let's say two groups are fighting with each other. Civil war का मतलब होता है कि बाहर एक मुल्क दूसरे मुल्क से नहीं लड़ रहा है या दूसरे मुल्क की किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से नहीं लड़ रहा है, बल्कि एक ही मुल्क के अंदर दो ग्रुप है जो आपस में लड़ रहे हैं. So two groups within the same country is fighting the war. That's called as civil war. It can be two non-government organization, like two non-state actor. It can be state actor, etc. है ना? Yes, we have seen in Sri Lanka also. Yes, I understood it, right? है ना? So similar to that is what we call it as civil war. Sri Lankan civil war was very prominent. It almost stopped somewhere around 2010 or 2011 when V. Prabhakar was killed from LTT. Yes, like in Sri Lanka. Good. So you I'm very happy that you all are knowing it and responding to that also. So yeah, unlike international wars, so international wars में generally we have two countries, or that is what the case, but in perhaps civil war there can be a government on one side and a non-state actor. It can be a conflict between two organizations, two non-state actors, etc. And it's generally a war. We say that the violence is happening. That is what is considered as part of civil war. Now, the civil war ka meaning I have cleared it. Now, the next is about the news, and the news is about the civil war that is being there since April 2023. Since April 2023, we are witnessing a civil war in Sudan. Means two groups. There are two groups in Sudan which are fighting among themselves. आपस में लड़ रहे हैं. ठीक है? We'll discuss about those two groups. So first of all, you have to understand where exactly is Sudan. So where is India? This is Sudan. So I'm sure, like this is Africa, I would say. Africa continent, and here is Sudan. Okay. Now we'll discuss something about Sudan. थोड़ा सा हम लोग little bit we will discuss geography. So basically this region of Africa, somewhere this region, मैं अब रफ आइडिया दे रहा हूं. दिस रीजन ऑफ अफ्रीका इज कॉल्ड एज साहेल रीजन. कभी कभी एग्जाम में पूछते हैं व्हाट इज साहेल रीजन, वेयर विल यू फाइंड साहेल रीजन. ठीक है, साहेल रीजन ऑफ अफ्रीका कॉन्टिनेंट. ठीक है. Okay, so Sudan actually lies in the same Sahel region. And one more thing you should be seeing, this you can see is a Sudan. And इसके नीचे एक और country, this is actually South Sudan. ठीक है. So this South Sudan was a part of Sudan till 9th July 2011. So on 9th July 2011, South Sudan became a independent country. ठीक है. तो South Sudan जो है एक independent country बन जाता है. Okay, so now we are having the Sudan actually got small, like the area of the Sudan became smaller after 2011, July 2011, and now we are having this much as Sudan. Okay, so Sudan is touching what we call it as Red Sea, but South Sudan is not touching. Here is South Sudan. It does not have any. It is actually a landlocked country. Okay, now one thing. Second thing is from geography perspective. I'm sure you must be aware. There's a very famous river, and I'm making that river. One river actually starts from Lake Victoria. It starts something like this, some rough sketch I'm making. Another starts from Ethiopian highland, both meets at the capital of Sudan, and then it goes like this, something like this, है ना? So this is a rough sketch, थोड़ा सा आगे पीछे हो सकता है ना? And it forms a delta here. Which river is being talked about? Which river is being talked about? Please tell me. And what is the name of the capital of Sudan? So this is White Nile. And this one is Blue Nile. So these are the two rivers. Yes, very good, CLAT aspirant. Yes, Shaurya. Kapila, you're right. Huh? And this one actually after being formed is called as Nile River. And the direction of the flow is this. This is the direction of the flow. Okay. And the capital actually is the place where West Nile, White Nile and Blue Nile meets is called as Khartoum, the capital of Sudan. Okay. Yes, very good. Ishan Dancing, Parth, you're right. And I'm sure you must be aware Ethiopia is making a dam here on Blue Nile. What is that dam called? What is the name of that dam? And because of it, since it is an apparent upstream place, Hana, so the downstream country, Egypt, is unhappy with that when they are making the dam. What is the name of that dam? Yes. Yes, Ishan Dancing, you're right. Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. So since they are making a very huge dam, because of which actually Egypt is unhappy because their water will be reduced. Okay, and they actually this Mediterranean Sea falls in, and this actually river falls in Mediterranean Sea, and they make delta also. Like, are you able to see this delta? Now, since we are talking about the delta, please tell me which is the largest delta of the world. We have seen a similar question in CLAT 2021. Largest delta of the world. Which is the largest delta of the world? Anyone? Yes, Sundarban. So basically the Ganga river comes here and the Brahmaputra comes from here and they form a delta like this. So this is actually what we call it as Ganga Brahmaputra delta or Sundarban delta. But the question that was asked in CLAT 2021 was, which is the largest mangrove forest of the world? And again the same question, answer, Sundarban mangroves are the largest mangroves of the world. Yes, Ishan Dancing, Shaurya. Yes, very good. MS Studio, you all are right. Sure. Parth, हाँ. CLAT aspirant, you all were right. ठीक है. So इसीलिए सब basic facts है जो आपको already पता होना चाहिए, है ना? So somewhere है यहाँ पे आपको पोर्ट सुदान नहीं मिलेगा. सुदान का एक पोर्ट है on Red Sea. That is what you should be knowing. So we have discussed a lot, हाँ, because of Sundari tree. Yes, that is called as Sundarban Delta. So this is actually Sudan we were talking about. Now, अब देखो सुदान में एक रीजन है जहाँ बहुत वार हुआ है, बहुत. A lot of genocides happen right now also in the last 1 year, or I would say in the last 2-3 years, and we have seen even in the past. This is the western region of Sudan. What is this called? What is this called? This region of Sudan. Can anyone tell me? नहीं, साहेल रीजन तो पूरा अफ्रीका के रीजन को कहेंगे, पूरा जो मिडिल वी हैव डिस्कस्ड. Darfur region, very good. So this western Sudan is called as Darfur region. And we have seen a lot of killings here. सवाना तो वो हो गया, ग्रासलैंड्स वो कहते हैं उस पूरे रीजन में, इंटायर रीजन में. Okay. So now let us talk about it. So we were talking about the two groups, the Sudan. We have seen actually since April 2023, we have seen a civil war. The two groups fighting within the country and actually inside Sudan. That is what is called as a Sudan Civil War. Now, when we are talking about it, the estimate says that perhaps 1.5 lakh people died, which is a huge number. Because actually we have seen a lot being discussed about Russia Ukraine war and Gaza Israel war, etc. and all, but we have seen very less about Sudan civil war, etc. Okay, so yes, this has to be also, you should be knowing about this. So some people say 1.5 lakh. There are some reports which were saying perhaps 2-3 lakhs. God knows better. So Darfur region is very much in the news, and there have been a lot of severe food insecurity and acute malnutrition in this region. Okay, now let us talk about the two factions. I've told you that civil war is happening within the country between two groups. So these are the two factions which are actually fighting each other. One is Sudanese armed forces, which is led by General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. He's the leader of that. So by default, the de facto leader of Sudan is this person, and Sudanese armed forces. He's the head of Sudanese armed forces. So on one side is Sudanese armed forces, and on the other side is rapid support forces. What is this? This was actually a paramilitary force of Sudan only. And they started fighting with his own army. So it is led by Hemedti. Commander is Hemedti. Actually, he is called as Hemedti. Muhammad Hamdan Dagalo. He is actually called as Hemedti. He is the leader. General Muhammad Hamdan Dagalo. He is the leader of rapid support forces. The thing is basically the paramilitary force of a country is fighting against the army of the country. Imagine what will happen. Why? Because both has arms. Can you please explain reason for South Sudan split? MS Studio वो फिर separate class हो जाएगी उसके लिए. ठीक है, I'm not going in that detail. Yes, supported by you, we will be discussing about that. ठीक है ना? Why are they fighting? Yes, for power and all. We'll be discussing CLAT aspirant. तो main तो power के लिए होता है कि who should have more power. That is the reason. So paramilitary force versus army is fighting. अब समझो, it's a very serious thing because both has arms already. उनके पास already advanced level arms होगा. Ishan Ran Singh, first of all, go to the playlist. We have provided a weekly current affairs from January onwards. उसको देख लीजिएगा. Please cover that. है ना? And live section में we have provided a lot of videos which have been very much in the news. तो जो topic based videos है वो सब देख लीजिएगा. Okay, ठीक है. Now, so basically last year, actually somewhere around October, it was very much in the news. We had seen actually the massacre in the Sudan, especially El Fasher. This is actually the capital of Darfur region. In the Darfur region, a very prominent city. And that was actually, there were reports that this was shown from satellite. So the killings and all, the buildings, the burning buildings at Zamzam camp in Darfur region, these were actually shown from the satellite technology. Satellite say, itna zyada violence actually happened in this region. Okay. So this is actually the Darfur region where this happened. Okay. Now, so Darfur region, I've told you, El Fasher. Now in the Darfur region is mostly controlled by RSF. The paramilitary force is government is called as Government of Peace and Unity, which is basically the Darfur region. So ये वाला हिस्सा है, this is controlled by RSF mostly, Rapid Support Forces. Okay. So and it is there is an allegation that this RSF was perhaps behind the killings and all. So basically it is a Darfur region. Just have an idea. Hai na? So because of the war in Darfur, we have seen similar genocide in 2003 also, from 2003 to 2005. I've told you that even in the past, this Darfur region became a victim of the violence. So we'll be talking about that also. Factors include religious and ethnic rivalry, etc. Rivalry between farmers and herders. El Fasher region. आप देख सकते हो, hallmark of genocide in El Fasher, etc. So this was very much in the news regarding the civil war or about Sudan. So El Fasher massacre. तो ये last year October में very much in the news. Are you able to see? Okay, thousands of civilians have been executed as of December 2025, and it was perhaps carried out by RSF, paramilitary force. I've told you, RSF is controlling this region, the western region. After they captured Sidi, which was the last Sudanese armed forces stronghold, so RSF is now controlling this. Okay. So according to Yale School of Public Health, estimated following the remaining have been killed. So according to them, Yale School के हिसाब से perhaps 2.5 lakh remaining civilians have been killed by RSF. इनके हिसाब से 1.5 लाख लोगों को मार दिया गया. God knows better. I cannot confirm the numbers because God knows better कि कितने numbers हैं. But yes, it's there are different reports which are saying a lot of people have died here. It is called as ethnic cleansing and mass atrocities. The Yale HRL estimated the figures of those killed are undercounted. Means जितने लोग मरे शायद और से भी ज़्यादा हो. Tens of thousands have been killed. So that was very much actually in the news. Okay, you can see it here. A lot of violence against women, children, etc. were done. So since 26 October, we are witnessing this violence here in this region. Okay. Is there any official definition of genocide? I need to check it. I think Geneva Convention में आपको मिल जाएगा. You need to search it. Official definition. ठीक है. I need to find out exactly what the official definition is. Fair. So these two, RSF and Jan Javid, is also there. So main actually, but denied by RSF. The allegations, according to the different reports, are that RSF was behind this. But RSF has said that no, they have not done it. That is what it was in the news. Now, Darfur genocide, let us talk in the past also. Can Pete Avan Sahitya Academy Awards. Okay, sorry. I'll note it down that also of what you have requested. Okay. So Darfur, we have seen even in the past also, like 2003 to 2005, we have seen 2 lakh people were killed in 2003 to 2005. Oh my God, this is a very huge number again. If this is true, then this is a very serious thing. 2 lakh people have died between 2003 and 2005 again in the El Fasher region. ठीक है. इसका एक और रीजन है why there are so many violence happening. There is a reason we will discuss. इसके बारे में जानेंगे. If this number is true, then of course it is a very serious thing. 2003 to 2005, 2 lakh people, and 2003 to 2008 अगर देखेंगे तो 3 lakh people have died. Okay. Now the reason people were asking, sir, Darfur region में क्या होता है? So there are a lot of reasons like water resource है, Sahel region है, ठीक है, fertile agriculture land है, you can produce millet, groundnut, pasture है, camels, goats, sheep सब मिल जाएगा आपको, है ना? I've told you वो जो Sahel region है, that is famous for savanna and other grasslands also. अरबिक है ना, सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक्स मेडिसिन में गम वगैरह वहां होता है. अकेशिया ट्री, आपको अकेशिया ट्री जानते हो? बाओबाब या अकेशिया ट्री, वेरी फेमस. इसके बारे में सर्च करना आप, गूगल इमेज पे जाके इसको सर्च करना, बाओबाब या अकेशिया ट्री, इसको सर्च करना तो, और गूगल उस पे फोटो देखना उसकी कैसा हो गया. इट्स वेरी यूनिक, है ना. मेन इज दिस इज द मेन रीजन. फॉरेस्ट रिसोर्सेज आर देयर बिकॉज अकेशिया ट्री बहुत फेमस होता है. बाओबाब या अकेशिया ट्री सर्च करना गूगल पर, यू विल गेट इट. चारकोल टिम्बर, सो दैट इज आल्सो वेरी फेमस, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है for many reasons economically, these trees. But the main thing is here it is the main reason, है ना. Darfur region of whole diverse and rich area of mineral resource, gold extensively mined in North Darfur. यही तो मेन चीज है. पूरी दुनिया सोने के पीछे भागती. There have been questions from Gyanpit and Sahitya Academy. ठीक है अंश, I am writing it down. Yes, National Union, we have discussed a class on OPEC. I will show you in today's class. Just watch the class till last. मैंने दिखाया है OPEC के बारे में, ठीक है, आप देखते जाओ. Copper is there. Copper is very important nowadays, है ना. Uranium very important for nuclear energy. आजकल यही सब की तो डिमांड. आयरन ओर एंड अदर मिनरल्स, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इट इज सेड दैट हियर यू विल फाइंड अ लॉट ऑफ क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स आल्सो. कहा जा रहा है बट मेन चीज तो यही है, सोना, गोल्ड, all the fightings. और आपको पता होगा शायद, आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट बी अवेयर, एक कॉन्सेप्ट होता है ज्योग्राफी में, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज रिसोर्स कर्स थ्योरी. यू नो दिस? सो ज्योग्राफी के जो एक्सपर्ट होते हो जानते हैं. एंड वन ऑफ द बेस्ट एग्जांपल इज परहैप्स अफ्रीका. मींस अफ्रीका हैज ह्यूज रिसोर्सेज, ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ रिसोर्सेज, आई वुड से. बहुत, यू नो, जैसे ये सब रीजन फेमस है डायमंड के लिए. यहां पर इस समय बहुत सारे ऐसे रीजन जो गोल्ड के लिए फेमस है, एंड स्टिल दे आर पुअर, very poor country. Okay, जैसे इंडिया में आपने देखा होगा झारखंड, ओडिशा, these regions are very famous for coal, but still those regions are very poor. तो उसको रिसोर्स कर्स थ्योरी वगैरह कहा जाता है कि हाँ रिसोर्स बहुत है बट स्टिल दे आर वेरी पुअर. अरे बोट्सवाना वगैरह इस रीजन में बहुत ये होता है डायमंड. हाँ, they are not able to utilize those resources, or basically there is a political instability, or basically there are external interference. ये भी होता है. Many foreign imperialistic power are intervening in Africa. Yes. सिविल वॉर के कारण हो सकता है. इट कैन बी सिविल वॉर, एक्सटर्नल इंटरफेरेंस, इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ पॉलिटिकल इंस्टेबिलिटी. पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है कंट्री में. If there is no political stability, if the people start fighting within the country, then of course it will lead to, even if you have a lot of resources, does not make any sense. So it's got the resource cost theory, and perhaps one of the best example, unfortunately, is Sudan. So that is what is being talked about here. तो ये हो गया. तो मेन चीज तो है गोल्ड, कॉपर, यूरेनियम. सो गोल्ड ही बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, उसी के लिए लड़ाई हो रही. सो बेसिकली वी हैव सीन in the past there was a person who was accused of massive killings, etc. Even in the past, he was the ruler from 1989 to 2019, unless until he was deposed of in a coup d'etat. Coup d'etat means he was overthrown in a coup. What is that? International Criminal Court has started a lot of cases against him also. Which person is being talked about? I have not given the option. Omar al-Bashir. Omar al-Bashir. Okay. 1989 से 2019, almost 30 years he ruled, but he was overthrown in coup d'etat. तो इन्हीं के अंडर him actually 2003 से 2005, या you can say 2003 से 2008 जो दारफुर genocide happened actually during his tenure under him. Okay. So Abdul Martin al-Bashir became the first sitting head indicted by international court. So as a sitting president, he was indicted by criminal court. The charges were framed against him in the international criminal court, and because of mass killing in Darfur region, again वही Darfur region. Omar al-Bashir, right? Ansh Dayal and National Union, you both are right. Okay, you can see it here. Bashir's government renegotiated to end Sudan Civil War 2005, but a lot of allegations are against him of killings and all. That is what you should be knowing. So ICC में उनके खिलाफ केस चला because of genocide, crime against humanity, war crimes in Darfur region. Now, what is ICC, International Criminal Court, and how it is different from ICJ, International Court of Justice? I have taken a class. You search this on YouTube. ICC versus ICJ career launcher law entrance. You will get this video. ठीक है, ये वीडियो देख लीजिएगा, है ना. You will get a clear idea about what is ICC, International Criminal Court. We have seen in the last 1 or 2 years ICC very much in the news. कई बार हम लोगों ने देखा है ICC बहुत न्यूज में रहता है. ठीक है, इसीलिए इसको आप देख लीजिएगा. That would be very beneficial. Omar al-Bashir पे yes, ALET में कुछ क्वेश्चन आया था. Right. I am also able to recall something. Yes, Ansh Dayal, you're right. हाँ. So that is what you should be knowing. So International Criminal Court has 2 active arrest warrant against Sudanese president, former Sudan president Omar al-Bashir. है ना. So yes, Benjamin Netanyahu, in fact Vladimir Putin के against भी there have been arrest warrant by ICC. So ICC का डिटेल यहाँ बताया हूँ. Please watch that. ठीक है. What is Rome Statute, है ना. लोग कंफ्यूज कर जाते हैं कि both ICC and ICJ are same. International Criminal Court and International Court of Justice are different. ठीक है. Although both are headquartered in same country, that's a different matter. एक ही जगह है. ठीक है, मतलब एक ही कंट्री में. ठीक है. So there have been proceedings against him, etc. And he was overthrown in 2019 military coup, etc. Okay. So right now where he is, actually I searched it. He was actually in jail, but he was shifted to some hospital, etc. So अभी शायद he was in arrest, under arrest or something like that. Because now he is no more the president since 2019. Now, let me ask some questions. Then we will discuss about OPEC. OPEC का इससे link क्या है? We will be talking about that. The current Sudan Civil War has started in this year. Everyone should be answering it. We have discussed it. Yes, the right answer is option B, 2023. Yes, very good. A lot of people answering. Shaurya, Parth, Ansh, Ishan, and Singh, you all are right. What is the name of the rebel group that has revolted against Sudan's military or Sudanese armed forces? इसका तो क्या अप्रैल 2023 से है ना. Rapid Support Forces. This is the paramilitary force which is fighting against its own Sudanese armed forces. So B is the right answer to this question. ठीक है. So ये सब हम लोगों ने डिस्कस करा लिया. So I believe you should be knowing about that. Next is एक मैसालिट मैसेकर. इसको पढ़ लीजिएगा थोड़ा. That is actually ethnic group in Sudan perpetrated. The allegation is that RSF has been doing it in the West Darfur region, वही इसी region में. So this is called as मैसालिट massacre also. The allegation is against RSF. So please read about that. Okay. Now let us talk about global support. So there are 2 parties. One is Rapid Support Forces. So global support may need different countries. What are the different countries' opinion? So RSF, which is a paramilitary force of USA, of Sudan, paramilitary force, which is led by Hemeti. Okay. So it is said कि Okay, who are the one actually supporting it? So allegation is against, main allegation is against UAE, although United Arab Emirates have denied it. Then Chad and other partners, Wagner group ये रशिया वगैरह में था, Libyan army etc. So main actually allegation is against UAE, United Arab Emirates, which actually nowadays, yes, Sudan बहुत ज़्यादा newspaper cover नहीं कर रहा, but yes, that is important, हाँ. So that is actually UAE has denied it, but a lot of international foreign policy experts have written about it. Next is evidence indicates that UAE has provided significant financial logistic supports against to RSF. Okay, while the UAE has officially denied these allegations. Officially UAE ने कहा है कि नहीं ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं. So there have been support from Chad and Libya also. तो आप देखोगे चाद भी थोड़ा सा सपोर्ट किया और लीबिया वगैरह भी में भी कुछ आर्मीज है वो they have supported it. So that is what RSF. Okay, the next is Sudanese armed forces, जो main military है. It is said that perhaps they are supported by China, Czech Republic, Iran, North Korea, Russia, Turkey. That is what the allegation, foreign supplies is. And of course, it is led by General Abdul Fattah al-Burhan. And one more which is not directly mentioned, but there have been reports that Saudi Arabia provides critical diplomatic and financial support to Sudanese armed forces against RSF. Although officially नहीं कहा है कहीं पे, Riyadh is considered recognized supporting the legitimate institution of Sudanese led by SAF. यानी officially SAF को ही recognize किया. So basically मैंने आपको OPEC की क्लास में, this is the OPEC class. Someone was saying कि सर OPEC की क्लास ले लीजिएगा. So this please search on this YouTube, you will find it. और नहीं मिलेगा तो go to our YouTube channel in the live section, scroll down, आपको मिल जाएगा वीडियो. So basically OPEC, one of the reason why UAE came out of OPEC was a Saudi-led alliance, Saudi-led grouping. इसमें मैंने बताया भी Sudan वाला angle. This I have discussed here also. And basically, if you see it, UAE was supporting in Sudan. There are two groups. One is RSF, another is Sudanese armed forces. So according to the foreign policy experts, although UAE has denied it officially, but the lot of foreign policy experts says that they are supporting RSF, whereas Saudi Arabia is supporting SAF. So in Sudan, actually UAE and Saudi Arabia are on opposite sides. That is what a lot of foreign policy experts have written. Although officially लोगों ने नहीं accept किया होगा, but actually that is what the reason. So one of the reason why UAE came out of OPEC was perhaps of the Sudan issue, and OPEC was primarily a Saudi-dominated platform. So that was one of the reasons cited by a lot of scholars. Okay, same situation in Yemen. Yes, huh. So that is what. So UAE's withdrawal from OPEC was driven by a combination of long-standing issues and rather economic ambition. One of the reasons was Sudan, but there were other reasons also. And Sudan and Yemen में there were issues, but other than that, there were other reasons as well. ठीक है. Saudi UAE and a new Cold War in the Middle East. इस पर देखो आर्टिकल इस तरह के आर्टिकल्स भी आई थी 1/6/2026 को, है ना. So ये सब रिपोर्ट आई थी. UAE and Saudi Arabia are on the opposite sides in the Sudan Civil War, है ना. UAE is backing the RSF according to the reports, and Saudi is backing the SAF. So these were the things. And RSF is led by Muhammad Hamdan Hemedti, and SAF is led by General Abdul Fattah al-Burhan. So these things were in the news. So I think I have discussed a lot. अच्छा, आप लोगों ने कुछ suggestions बताए थे. Let me write it. एक तो आप लोगों ने suggestion दिया था ज्ञानपीठ अवार्ड, है ना, ज्ञानपीठ और साहित्य अकेडमी अवार्ड्स पर. ठीक है, साहित्य, I am writing it here, Academy Awards. One suggestion was this. What was the another suggestion? There was one more suggestion given. Modi ji's PM Modi's Nordic country visit, है ना, country visit. ठीक है ना, जो नेदरलैंड वगैरह उधर गया है ना. So that is what we'll be talking about. ठीक है. So ये दोनों मैंने note कर लिया. So I'll try to have a class next week. ठीक है. So thank you everyone. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, share this video. This is all about today's class. Thank you everyone.